Look, you guys, I am a living witness. This is my testimony that ultra running is the thing that helped to transform my mind, my body, and my soul. And I was over 40 when I started. Howdy, howdy, howdy. It's your girl, Charlotte. Today we're going to be talking about how, I entered into ultra running as someone who was over 40. But also, more importantly, today's main topic is to talk about how running every other day is the key to longevity, and how I really hate that I have to do that, because I would love to run every day because I love the runner's high and I love what it makes me feel and I love the aftermath of what happens when you're running. But the reality situation that the older that I get, every other day seems to be my sweet spot. I seem to warrant and get lots of good benefits from doing it every other day. So if you're interested in ultra running or running in general and you're over 40, I'm thinking this might be the ticket. And I kind of stumbled into this in my 40s, and I've just continued it through my 50s. All right, so where are we gonna start today? I made some little slides because that's just how I am. All right, y'all. So as an ultra runner over 50, my passion for running knows no bounds. The reality situation is I wanna lace up my shoes and hit the trails every single day because I love being outdoors. Running is very meditative for me, so I really enjoy being in that space. And I love that it feels like a new adventure every day, okay? But here's the catch. I really can't run every day. And I sometimes hate not being able to run every day because it means taking the day off. But yet, however, I've come to realize that, look, these rest days are crucial for my longevity and for the sport that I love. So in today's video, I'm gonna share with you guys why resisting the urge to run daily and embracing rest is essential to prevent overuse and injuries and ensure we can continue ultra running for years to come. Okay, so look. All right, section 1, the passion for daily running. Look, what ended up happening was I started out walking, and then I started running, and then I was running. So yes, I had this passion for it because all right, let's just start with section 1. Number 1, the passion for daily running. When I first started, I was walking, and then I run, and then I ran. And then when I got into running, there was really something really awesome about running for me. And I got runner's high, and also I just know that my body just would feel so good. I don't know about anybody else, but like when you're in a bigger body and for many years, you're just constantly dealing with pain, constantly dealing with discomfort, bloating, all kinds of things, all the things. And all of a sudden I was doing this running, and it was shifting everything for me. I was like, wow, this is different. And I enjoyed it. And so I need for people to understand that it's okay to want to run every day. Yeah, and if you're younger, good on you, honey. I would say engage in that for as long as you can. Just make sure there's no, you don't, wreck your body. But I'm learning that running is more than exercise, right? It's also part of my identity, right? It's part of what I do, because I feel like I've said this before in other videos, like running picked me and then I picked it back. And for me, I think skipping a day, it makes me feel like I'm missing out on one of my life's greatest joys. But that it's good for me to think about the fact that doing it every other day is really gonna allow me to enjoy this joy more and more. I think for me, each run offers like freedom and clarity and a sense of accomplishment that I crave every other day. I'm trying to read these slides and it's not working. But, and then also understanding the urge. If you're as passionate as I am about running, rest days might feel like an unwelcome interruption, but I'm here to tell you that you're gonna grow to appreciate them and value them. And then also, it's not like you don't do anything on the other days. You just do something a little different. All right, the reality of overuse injuries. Look, y'all, I've been pretty lucky. I think I've had one overuse injury, and I knew exactly how I got it, and I made it my business to never get into a space where I did overuse injuries ever again. And that's probably why I moved into everyday running, because I knew I was running on legs that were tired, which is fine, but I was pushing it. And I remember, and it wasn't like before a race, it was just like during, regular time. And so I remember when it happened, and it was painful, and I snapped something in my quad or my hamstring, one or the other. I remember now, it was years ago. And it took a while before I could run again. And it made me appreciate running. I think in some respects, maybe the overuse injury was for me. It was like, girl, I got something to tell you. You got to take some rest, days off. And so I think it really did. And then also, I'm gonna read my slides now. As we age, our bodies become more susceptible to overuse injuries like stress fractures, tendinitis, and joint degradation. So degradation, yes. Joint degradation. Look, as we get older, things happen in our bodies. I'm here to tell you that these things can happen, more than likely will happen, but I think it depends on how you train, what you eat. Also, if you're getting massages, if you're stretching, if you're doing cold plunges, if you're doing heat, this kind of stuff can happen, but also you got to take it in consideration of what are all the other things that you're doing as well. And then there's this impact of overtraining. Look, I don't believe in overtraining. It's in my slide because I created this outline. But running every day without adequate recovery increases the risk of chronic injuries that can halt our running altogether. So in that respect, yes, I think if overtraining is you're running on an injury, then yeah. But I don't believe in overtraining per se. Like if you're able, like for instance, a lot of times when you're running for a marathon, they're like, oh, get to the point where you run 20 miles and don't run more than 20 miles because you're overtraining. Every race I've ever done, I did the miles prior to do it. Before I did my 50-mile run, I had ran 50 miles in one day. Yeah, it took me a while, but and then on the race day, I saw that I could do it better and quicker and faster. But for the most part, I'm always trying to figure out, I always want to see for myself where I'm going to be at as it relates to a specific distance. And so I'm not one of those people that, I don't know. I've learned that all the advice that people give you about training and racing don't always apply to me. And so I take it with a grain of salt, and I do what I need to do for me. So there we are. And then here's a personal anecdote. I say that I once ignored rest days and end up developing tendinitis, which sidelined me for a while. Like I just could not get back to running for like months. And it was just really a painful lesson to me about the importance of recovery. So just know that stuff happens. And then according to the experts, according to sports medicine specialists, rest is as vital as training, and especially for those of us athletes that are over the age of 40 and 50. So, just remember that overuse injuries do happen, but I don't believe they necessarily happen because you're overtraining. I don't believe in the concept of overtraining. So anyways, and then here, this next section is the importance of rest and recovery. What are the psychological benefits of rest? Rest days enable muscle repair and growth. See, that's the part that we don't understand. And let me tell you something right now. The muscle repair and growth is what allows you to be able to continue to do what you do and also do it better, quicker, faster. Woo! But you got to allow the process to happen. We want to get faster and we don't want our bodies to repair and regrow. But also it strengthens the connective tissue. And this has to do with the fact that we're kind of sending a signal to our body that, look, this is what we do. And because we want to do it, we need you to build the body in such a way that we can continue to do it. And the body's like, okay, well, I do need time to do that because, you've been sitting in your behind for 20 years. So now you all of a sudden you want to run. We got to figure all this out because this is new to us. And then also, rest is a space to replenish energy stores, right? I notice for me, like when I'm training, my fat, the fat on my body, the composition of fat on my body significantly changes. There's certain areas of my body that the fat immediately comes off when I start training. When I'm doing races, there are parts of my body where there is no fat. Like all of a sudden there's no fat in that area anymore. Especially around my legs, my arms, you know what I mean? Even around my mid, it's like the reduction in fat because of continual training and the use of these energy stores. I find that there's a different body composition, which is not what this is about. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. And then hormonal balance. I think as a woman who has went from perimenopause to menopause to whatever I'm in now, adequate rest helps regulate hormones like cortisol and growth hormones, essential for recovery and overall health. And then also mental rejuvenation. Taking time off prevents burnout, keeping our passion for running alive and well. And also just, I think sometimes mentally, the mental rejuvenation too is about giving yourself time to think about what you've done, right? And how you will do it next time and what your strategy would be. And also just kind of downloading information that you took in on those days that you were running, right? Well, what happened when I got to mile 3? What happened when I got to mile 7? Why was it I feeling this way at mile 13? You know what I mean? Like mental rejuvenation is really about really taking in mentally the data as it relates to being physically active. And then rest will enhance your performance. No doubt about it. When I rest, my body, it definitely rewards me. You know, strategic rest leads to improved performance, allowing us to run further and faster over time. So, hey, don't get it twisted. Every other day can put you in beast mode. It definitely has for me.
Today's sponsor is Conscious Gear, innovators of VestaPak, the world's first hydration vest specifically designed for taller, curvier, more muscular, and bigger bodies. Now everyone can hydrate comfortably and effectively during endurance activities. The vest-style design fits diverse body types, weighs less than typical packs, and feels as comfortable as your favorite fitted sports shirt, all while allowing unrestricted movement. Experience the difference when your hydration gear is truly made for your body. Are you ready to elevate your fitness experience? Buy your VestaPak now at consciousgear.com and find out if you wear size, earth, wind, or fire. At Conscious Gear, we're committed to empowering bigger bodies to thrive as endurance athletes, because every body is an athlete's body.
And then this next session is about embracing rest days, because your girl is a running addict. And so I want to run every day, but I have to do a mindset shift in terms of seeing rest days not as missed opportunities, because that's what I've been thinking. I could be doing this, I could be doing that. No, it's just an integral component of the training regimen. So just understand, like, that's part of the training is rest, girlfriend. But also what I love too about kind of strategies for embracing rest days is that I do have active recovery options. I can engage in low impact activities like swimming. I love swimming, cycling, yoga, to stay active without the stress of running. And I think my body rewards me, again, significantly rewards me when I do these recovery options. And also I get to experience myself in a little different way when I'm doing those things. Also, focus on other aspects of training, right? So during those days off, I can focus on flexibility, core strength, nutrition planning. A lot of times when you're running every day, you kind of want to reward yourself with food a lot of times. At least I do, because I just got through running. But I need to think about, well, what are you eating, and what I'm eating is affecting my running. And so a lot of times that's what the every other day will allow me to do, is just kind of like, oh yeah, I remember I ate all that pizza, and so that's why I was running and I was like, it was rough. And then also scheduling and consistency. Plan your rest days just as you do your runs to maintain a balanced routine. Now, for the most part, I do every other day. However, during training, I do 4 out of 7 days a week, probably with a 5th day that's a light run. Yeah, see, I don't know how to do every other day. But anyways, let's do this next section. Long-term longevity in ultramarathoning. Prioritizing sustainable training. Look, if you want longevity, you're gonna have to engage in activities that are sustainable over the long term. And that's why like every other day can really be that space for you to be able to do this long term and to do your races. Understanding that maybe during training time or leading up to training time, or maybe 6 weeks before our actual race, I'm beast mode, right? I'm probably running pretty much every day. Yeah, just a little bit. A lot of it has to do with the fact that, I've earned that, right? I know what that can do for me. And so a lot of times what happens is 6 weeks, I will increase the amount of running I'm doing. But then like the last couple weeks before a race, I will go back to my every other day. Because what I want to do is kind of stress my body out, kind of say, look, we're about to do a race. You better get ready. And then I'm going to give it time to rest so that when I get ready to go on that, so when I get in the starting line, my body's like, okay, girl, you got this. All right. So I was saying prioritizing sustainable training, consistent balanced training trumps the short-term games of daily running with no rest. Y'all, that's what it is. Listening to your body. Pay attention to the signals like persistent fatigue or aches. There's your body's way of asking for rest, right? I know that part of training is running on tired legs, right? That's how you train yourself, particularly to do endurance races and long-term running, like ultramarathoning. However, you still need to integrate a little bit of rest so your body can restore itself and so that it can help you recover. Setting long-term goals. Aim for like lifelong fitness and the ability to participate in ultramarathons for years and not just seasons. And you see this all the time with the elites. You'll see them one season, you don't see them for a couple more seasons, then you see them again. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like people always kind of want to, like, I always feel like people say, oh, I want to do an ultramarathon, but like, are you doing ultramarathons or are you just wanting to do one ultramarathon? Because it's like doing a marathon. People just feel like it's just something they want to check off their bucket list. But I'm telling you, when it comes to longevity, you're going to have to be patient. This is the long game. You got to play that long game when it comes to ultramarathons. And so setting those goals and doing so patiently, but assertively, really is going to reward you as a ultra runner who wants to continue to do races over many, many years. And the community and support. Connect with fellow runners who value longevity to share experiences, encouragement. A lot of times I don't really mess with young people as it relates to ultramarathoning because I feel like they're here and they'll be gone tomorrow. And then they always got a whole bunch of advice that really don't apply to me. I'm not skinny. I'm not young. Okay? So get out of my face with that. Congratulations to you. But had I started when I was younger, I probably was talking smack, but I didn't. So I started when I was an old lady. So anyways, in the end, I just want to say this, guys. While the desire to run every day is strong, embracing rest every other day is a vital investment in your running future. If you just want to do an ultramarathon and never do it again, do what you want. But if you're anything like me and you want to be able to, I want to be at the starting line when I'm 70 years old. Like, yes, I want to be the oldest bad bitch that does ultramarathons, okay? I want longevity. You know what I mean? I do. I see these 60, 70, 80 years olds doing this. I'm like, watch me. So, and then encouragement. By prioritizing recovery, we're not limiting our passion, we're fueling it for the long haul. And then call to action. This is my outline. I'm reading it, which is just not working for me, really. I invite you to reflect on your own training habits, right? Are you giving your body the rest it needs? And share your thoughts and your experiences below. And tell me about how you kind of like push through that, like, oh, I want to run every day. Because I still got it in me, honey. Every day I want to run. And then in the end, I want to say, remember that the goal isn't just to run today or tomorrow, but to keep running for a lifetime. Because when it comes to ultramarathons, we can do this up until our old ages, okay? Let's make rest a part of that journey. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really enjoyed sharing this little bit about why every other day running is really key to longevity and ultramarathoning. And especially, I say especially for those of us over 40 and 50, it's for young people too, but they ain't gonna listen. But, and that's all right too. So, I'm excited for you. Congratulations on your ultramarathoning journey. And as always, I'll see you on the trails, baby. Take good care of yourself. Peace and love.